Well, hello, Aries. Long time, no visit. um, I feel like we've been here before, but anywho, I'm just, you know how things are happening with you and you just can't really explain it. You just know things feel really, really heavy, and no matter how hard you try, things are just not falling into place. And not for lack of effort or trying to be reasonable and all that good stuff, you know. But I'm really into astrology, and I am interested in knowing why things are happening because I feel like everything is energy. Everything is energy, right? Well, just recently I was drawn to watch some videos and learn that Saturn has been retrograde in Aries. We share that sign. And when I was listening to, you know, the challenges and the lessons and all this other stuff, it was like, aha, okay, I get it. And then it's been retrograde in Aries, I think, up until the first. Well, things have been really, really heavy in the last, I would say, 2 years actually. But they say you start feeling the retrograde, up to 6 months before it actually happens, and then after or whatever. But yeah, it really brought a lot of clarity to me. So if you guys are not already watching, the planets and the transits and knowing when Mercury is retrograde or Saturn is retrograde, then that probably will help you to maneuver through some of this heavy energy. I know that a lot of times I can tell when Mercury is in retrograde because I start noticing things being off or being hesitant or just not working properly or whatever. But Saturn is that teacher, that father, and he does not come to play. And I have definitely learned a lot about myself. And I think that is the point of it, is teaching you about yourself, your shadow side, your ego, things that you need to pay attention to within yourself for your higher good, you know. The guy that I watched, and I watched a couple of them, but I think the last one that I can remember is Tarot Sept, and he's pretty good. He does, you know, the astrology, and then he also follows it up with a tarot spread. So anyway, that's that. So I'm gonna start your reading. Before that, we're gonna do a little prayer, just because I just want love and light and peace and healing for all of us. Okay, so Heavenly Father and guardian angels, please cover me and my collective with your protection in this reading from any negative and harmful forces. Please guide my steps, lead me in wisdom, peace, and strength, and let your light be my path to providing clear and concise messages that my Aries need to hear. You guys, take these messages that resonate with you only, and whatever doesn't, leave it where it's at, okay? This is just a general reading. Lots of people are viewing these readings, so, everybody's not going through the same thing at the same time. So take what resonates and leave the rest where it is. Please check out your rising and moon signs as well, if you know your placements, okay? So I'm going to start trying to do weekly readings as well as monthly readings. I do have a 9 to 5, so I'm trying to get some different things into play. I got a lot going on these days because it's like I just came out this fog, so I got a lot of shit happening. Thank God. Good things. So anyway, this is for today is the 6th through the 13th. I'll come on next Saturday, do some more readings, and then we will jump right into the monthlies for October. We're already into September, so I won't try to do monthly readings for September. Okay? So, my lovely and fellow Aries. First, I'm feeling drawn to these Romance Angels cards. I have more cards that I packed up. I moved into another house about a year ago, and I have to unpack those cards. But this is what I have in my little treasure box that I always keep handy for reasons like this. All right, guys. Romance Angels. Romance Angels. What do you want Aries to know? What do they need to know? What messages do you have for Aries? Okay. All right. There's one. What messages? What other messages do you have for Aries? Okay. Well, get on out there. Just jump on out there again. All right. First one we have is playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. Well, that is an Aries card, if I've ever seen one, an Aries message, because we are just that. We are the babies of the zodiac, and we love to have fun. Playfulness is something that you need to know at this time. And then we have forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. I feel that. I feel that. Something's been weighing very, very heavy on you. I do feel that. And then we have let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. Releasing, letting go, walking away from things that no longer serve you will be in your highest good. What is meant to return is going to return. If it no longer aligns with you, it's gone. Okay? And then we have the soulmate card. It says, yes, this is your soulmate. Now, I feel like we do have lots of soulmates. Just me personally, so don't dog me out. But I feel like people come into our lives to help us. They come into our lives to help us. And some people you have these contracts with. They come in to teach you something, to help you along the way on your journey. Okay? So I'm just going to leave that right there. And we're going to see how this unfolds, okay? I forget what this deck is called, but this is one of my favorite decks. I'll show it to you. It's one of my favorites. And then look on the bottom. I haven't started to shuffle or anything. I did do a pre-shuffle, but I never looked under here. This is the overall energy, the Ten of Cups. This is getting basically what you want. And this could definitely be a relationship. It could be a familiar relationship even, okay? That's the overall energy here. Contentment. Making a wish, and now it's coming into fruition, okay? Have the cards wanting to jump already. But we're going to shuffle these cards. We're going to shuffle them up, Aries. What messages do my Aries need to hear? What messages? What messages do my Aries need to hear? Messages for Aries. I know I talked a lot, so I'm sorry. Messages my Aries need to hear. Haven't been on here in a while, guys. Please show me messages for Aries. Messages. All right. 5 of coins. There's that 10 of Cups. Let's see. 5 of Coins. 10 of Cups. The Magician. We have Taurus, Pisces, Gemini, Virgo. And then we have the Emperor, Aries. So 5 of Cups. I mean, the 5 of Coins. 5 of Cups. Why did I say that? Whew. Okay. This heaviness just sat upon my shoulders. Some of you are feeling lonely, possibly abandoned. And there was definitely a relationship here. Could have involved children, a marriage. And I feel that whoever the other person is in this 5 of Cups energy where they are feeling regret. They are feeling sorrowful. You know, the 5 of Cups, they say, is crying over spilled milk. It's done. It's done. You did it. They did it. So whether it's you or the other person that left this relationship behind, I feel like the other person may have initiated it because they're feeling regretful. I feel like you feel abandoned. There was a contract here, a committed relationship. And if this is a family, like just a familial mother, father, sister, brother family, then they were the ones that started this down this road, this conflict, this separation. But the Magician is here to say that you have the power in your hands, but don't try to control it. The only thing or things you can control are the things that you actually do. The only person you can control is you. So you are the alchemist. You can manifest what you want by concentrating on being the best you and healing. Okay? Now, your soulmate could definitely be another Aries. Could definitely be. And, you know, I have a hard time picturing that. But could definitely be another Aries with this Emperor card here. But this Emperor is powerful. And I feel like this Emperor has control issues. Quite frankly, I feel like this is the other person as well, that maybe everything was the way that they wanted it to be. And if they didn't agree to it or they didn't initiate it, then it wasn't happening. The Emperor lays down the law. Okay? So a very controlling energy. Very controlling energy. Manifest healing. Concentrate on yourself. Okay? What other messages? Just Aries. Right here. Messages for Aries. Okay. 7 of Wands. 4 of Coins. And this person's still holding on to the idea of this relationship. And some of them, not just the idea. Some of them still feel like, I don't know how long you have not talked to this person, but they feel like that contract is still in place. Shit. Okay. Like, Aries, you are still their person. And you are not going anywhere. That is what I'm seeing here. You are their person. And I feel like, even though they probably initiated this action of, this disconnect, that you are standing your ground, even though you felt abandoned, or you may still have residual feelings of, abandonment, that usually, you probably would be like, hey, what is going on? What's happening here? But I feel like you're standing your ground, and like, they want out. Cool. Could be a Capricorn. Excuse me. Leo you're dealing with. But the signs in these cards are not indicative necessarily of who your person is. It's just the energy that's being given off. Page of Cups. I think for a very long time, it's not that you didn't love yourself. I think maybe you poured so much into something else, someone else, that at a certain point, you were trying to pour from a dry cup. But now I felt you guys concentrating more on yourselves, maybe this detachment that you have going on right now, if you are detached, excuse me, has allowed you to focus more on yourself. I do feel like whoever you're dealing with is very childish energy, maybe not emotionally available, emotionally immature possibly. But I feel like this person has deeper feelings for you than you thought they did. But being that they are not emotionally mature, they didn't express that. Or either when they expressed it, it didn't come out as genuine. Very childlike, very missing pieces. That is what I'm feeling. Missing pieces. Like, you're like, what? Okay. More messages for Aries. Huh? 9 of coins. 9 of coins. Feeling confident? Feeling confident. You go from the 5 of coins to the 9 of coins. Feeling confident in who you are, what you bring to the table, what you want. This is a physical reality right here, this 9 of coins. I kind of feel like manipulative energy, controlling energy. You almost felt trapped here. There's a call to forgive this person. There is a call to forgive this person. Forgiving is not forgetting. Say that. And I think it's more so about you and being able to release. Release yourself from whatever this person inflicted on you. However they made you feel, whether it was emotional, verbal abuse, however it came out, and it was toxic. Under the bottom of the deck, we have the Eight of Cups. This is no longer, investing emotional energy into this. Taking yourself, walking away, knowing that your investment in yourself or elsewhere would probably be best. Pisces energy. Looking out for you is done. What other messages? Do we want other messages for Aries? Well, let's clarify some of these cards. Let's get to the clarity. I don't know if it needs much clarifying. I don't know what these are either. I call them my baby cards. They're like half, or not even half, of those cards. Let's look at the Five of Coins. What is this Five of Coins here for? Five of Coins. Okay. Ace of Swords. Now what did I say? That's the Nine of Pentacles. And there's the Nine of Pentacles. There you are. This is for the Five of Coins. There's something that you realize. You saw the truth. You saw through the bullshit. And standing in your power. This is where you were. And there may still be some, residual feelings surrounding this situation. But for the most part, you're good. You saw through the bullshit. And this is confirmation that you are on the right track. This sword cut you. It cut you. Ten of Cups. That's a lot. Strength in reverse. Judgment. Yep. Ten of Cups. Oh. You know what? Okay. You want to come out, and then you want to come out too. Okay. Let's do it. Nine of Cups. Let me show you this right here. And King of Pentacles. And then you have the Two of Pentacles in reverse on the Ten of Cups. Man, oh man, oh man. There's something so very solemn and not well in this Ten of Cups. I think this too is speaking to the other person. We may have some cross watchers here, but somebody is not happy. Somebody is focused on this breakup. Emotionally, they are not fulfilled. I feel like somebody is probably not doing much of anything but in their feelings. Look at this Nine of Cups. This is not a happy person. That's not a happy person. Drinking, maybe not showering. I don't know. I don't know. Not being able to handle all of the responsibilities in their life right now. I'm feeling little depression, and that's not a good thing. And I don't wish that on anybody. But I'm just saying it how I feel, because I do read intuitively. So that's not a good thing. And then look here at the bottom of this little deck, the Tower. There was a shakeup, but things weren't working. Were not working. This needed to happen because something was unbalanced here. Something was very unbalanced here. I feel like there was some trickery going on here. There was some deception going on here with this Magician and this Emperor right here. It feels like a lot of domineering energy that you guys were probably dealing with. It doesn't feel good. I feel like in this reading, whoever is in this reading with you is kind of taking over your reading, because I'm feeling it so heavily. I see you. I see you here. I see you here. And I see you here. I see them. So they are thinking about you. They are concentrating on you. They're having a hard time with this. So if you feel like this person walked away and didn't give a shit, that's not the case. Even though they initiated it. Tell me more about this Magician. Tell me more about this Magician. The Fool. I want another start with you. It flipped right on. Oh, God. Okay. 4 of Wands. 5 of Swords in reverse. I think this is them wanting to apologize because they broke up a home. This could be a married couple. This could be mother, father, sister, brother. It could be anything. I feel like this is coming through so heavy right now. Somebody really wants to apologize. This 4 of Wands is an Aries card. The 5 of Swords is in reverse. Like they've given up. They no longer have a point to argue. This person wants to lay down these swords. I feel like they are probably laying around. This feels like very depressed energy. They want to come back. They don't know how to, though. Because, again, there's a lot of immaturity here. Could be a grown-ass man or a grown-ass woman. There's a lot of immaturity here. And I think for this to, it's not for you to wait on them. That is definitely not what I'm saying. So don't take this that way, because that's not what I'm saying. But if they were to realize what work they needed to do, then this could possibly be turned around. But as long as they're not aligning with you and you are constantly working on yourself, they're not going to align with you, because you're a different person now. You're not the person that's here. You see things very clear here. You're confident. I feel like your confidence was probably shot down a lot. A lot. They probably didn't make you feel attractive. I don't see a lot of wands here other than you defending your belief system and knowing what you need to do for yourself. I see feelings. I definitely see emotions. I don't necessarily see those emotions being expressed outwardly. Okay? Definitely want to give this another shot. Look at those little cards. They just flip out. Boy, I tell you. And then we have the King of Wands. And the Two of Cups. This is your soulmate. And even this King of Wands, look how solemn they look. Feeling sorry for themselves is what it appears. And the Two of Cups. They love you. But did they love you how you needed to be loved? That is a question. That is a question. Aries, I am going to leave it there, my loves, and I will see you guys next week.